Packed house, packed house. Everyone getting their phones ready. In theater recording. That one guy's like, man, that should be at FanFest right now. I was in Vegas. Cosplayers, gotta love the cosplay. I don't even know what you would cosplay. What the hell is that on your head, dude? What is that? What's going on right now? Oh, dear God.
There was a point when we realized that our plan to replace PoE1 with PoE2 would essentially be getting rid of a game that people love for no real reason. So we made a decision. Path of Exile 1 and 2 will be separate with their own mechanics, balance, endgames, and leagues. But it's still a shared platform. Your microtransactions are available across both games. Everything you have ever purchased or will ever purchase in the future will be usable in both games unless it's hyper-specific to the content of one of them. You can't transform into a bear in PoE1, so a reskin of your bear form isn't going to work. But you absolutely can equip the awesome armor set that you got and use all your stash tabs. So with that in mind, we'd love to show you a live demo of some of the stuff we've been working on.
I will end it, and no exile will stop me.
Witch. Ranger. Duelist. Shadow. Templar, all right. Marauder, my boy. Warrior. Huntress. Sorceress. Mercenary. Monk. Druid. Damn! What the f? Dude, you saw a blood splatter on the character's face? That was sick, dude. Yo, show me that druid again, bro. I want to see the druid again. 100 distinct environments, 600 monsters, 100 bosses, 1,500 passive skills, 36 ascendancy classes, 240 active skills, 700 equipment types, six-person co-op. Does that just say six-person co-op?
This world will
Raids?
be
Like
reborn.
raids?
No matter the cost.
Six-person co-op. Is that a thing right now? It's not, right? Dude, I'm hyped about the Druid right now, bro. Druid and Warrior, because they don't exist in PoE1, right? Yeah, I'll clap that shit up.
We'd like to start off by showing you some of the gameplay of Act 3, one of the 6 acts in PoE2's campaign. We're starting here in the jungle depths. Act 3 is set in the ruins of the Vaal civilization, which fell thousands of years ago. Jungle has taken over their former once great cities, and we'll be exploring it using one of the 6 new character classes called the Monk. Looks like we've come across the boss for this area. In PoE2, every area of the campaign contains a boss of at least this difficulty. That's over 100 bosses to fight as you make your way through the campaign, and they all have unique mechanics.
This is like a normal slam down bear kind of guy. Good job. He didn't mess up live on stage, baby.
So,
let's go. I like the theme of this. Very like,
a Vaal ruin that hasn't
very like,
been looted?
almost like Mayan, Incan.
Why nobody's been in here before?
One useful feature we've added is the ability to call in NPCs to where you are to give you more information or help you with quest objectives.
You
rather than
boys
always
like
having to go back to
Mexico?
town. In this case, we've called in Alva to find out what to do.
This mechanism, if powered with a small soul core, it could open that door.
Now, if you need to defeat tougher enemies, it might be time to break out some of the ice skills in the Monk's arsenal. Glacial Cascade creates a wave of ice that moves slowly in front of the player. It's pretty ineffective against fast-moving monsters because most of the damage occurs right at the end of the wave, and so a lot of monsters will just.
I need some Druid gameplay.
If you can find a way to make a monster stop at just the right place,
I've never been a monk guy,
effective.
unless I'm playing
In
WoW.
order to do that, you're probably going to want to freeze some monsters. Oh yeah, and I've just been casually mentioning rolling around. Did I forget to mention that in PoE2 we added a dodge roll to every character? Just press spacebar at any time to roll. There's no cooldown and no limitations.
Oh, okay. All right, no CD.
And it even has pathfinding in it, so you don't get stuck on anything. When you when you dodge roll, you're not invulnerable. If something hits you, you're going to feel it, but most things aren't going to hit you. And that's because while you're rolling, projectiles and melee strikes will always miss. You'll have to roll out of the way of a slam that has AoE, but anyone swinging a sword or throwing a fireball is going to miss. Now, another important function of dodge roll is it lets you cancel out of any skill at any time. This makes it so you don't feel like you're getting stuck during a long animation when something's about to hit you. It really changes
that
how
should just be
skills
normal
longer
across
an
all
attack
games in
pastimes
general.
play, and makes dodge roll a very reliable feeling way to avoid attacks.
So far, the biggest thing I've seen is gold dropping. I want to know what that's about, dude. I mean, overall, though, I don't know. I mean, to me, it doesn't look that much different than PoE1. But what I see the most of is like the movement and animations of your character and how they like maneuver the map. Like that looks way different than like regular PoE. So it keeps. Ooh, my man almost got wrecked, bro. Oh. Get wrecked, son. Suck it, newbie players. You can't even kill the third act boss. Get good.
All right. Let's take two.
He says take two.
So
This
might be a good time to mention
that wasn't scripted,
in
bro.
PoE2, if you die to the boss, you have to start again from the start. There's no boss cheesing. Freeze, freeze, freeze. Oh no! Oh shit!
You cursed on the stream. He said shit, Dad.
Come on, come on.
Now he's rolling. He's panicking, bro. He's panicking. He's rolling all over this bitch.
They're so good. There you go, there you go.
After this.
No. Get him. Okay. All right. There we go.
Jesus, bro.
All right.
Shit is PG-13. It's fine. True.
The Sorceress is the new intelligence-focused character in PoE2. While the Witch focuses more on occult magic and summoning, the Sorceress is themed around pure elemental destruction. Let's have a look at how she plays.
All right, Sorceress action for all you Sorceress. Haven't been announcements yet? Well, yeah, PoE2. Dude, they better show the
We have
Druid,
some
bro.
skills here you're probably going to recognize if you played PoE1
That got me
before,
hyped as
but
fuck
they
when I saw
feel a
that
bit
Druid
different
for
now.
like 2 seconds.
Spark is great in these tight passages since
Oh
it
my
bounces around.
God.
We've added a Pierce support gem to really allow it to hit an entire room full of targets. For a more single target focused skill, Arc is a great choice. It does much more damage than the first target that you hit.
Why is Sorceress broken in every game you play, bro? Like,
Now, if you find yourself surrounded, it might be a good idea to use Ice Nova. It hits all enemies around you and slows them down with a chill. And speaking of cold skills, a great skill to use on monsters with lower cold resistance is Comet.
I want to see it.
This is a
Yeah,
new skill
there
in
you
PoE2
go.
and it hits pretty damn hard. Now, if you run out of mana casting too many of those, I guess in an emergency you could use your free-to-cast Fireball. So where did that come from, you ask? Well, this is a great opportunity to explain the way that we've changed caster weapons in PoE2. Now, in PoE1, caster weapons had a default melee attack that nobody used. And because they had that, they also had a bunch of attack mods that would spawn in them that were useless to a caster. In PoE2, we wanted to clean that up. So each staff now comes with a built-in free-to-cast spell.
Oh! Okay.
Just
I've seen that in other games where you equip a
put it
weapon
on
and
spam
the
away
skill
for
comes
Hearth's
with a
content.
weapon.
Now, this particular staff is the base type that you'll get right on the starting beach, so it's quite likely that you'll have outgrown it by now. So that's why we've also made a lot of staves with more utility-focused powers for casters to use. Here we have a crystal staff. It has a pretty cool built-in spell called Unleash. Using it slams your staff on the ground and will allow you to triple cast whatever you cast with your next spell. Now, of course, what you're probably going to want to use with that is something powerful, and Comet is a great option.
Oh, shit. Bro.
You'll notice that Unleash is one of the few skills in PoE2 with a cooldown. In general, we really try to avoid using cooldowns because we really hate the feeling that combat is just waiting to cast your next spell. But it does make sense for Unleash since it's free to cast, and it's something we want you to use situationally anyway. The staff Octavian is using here has an ice mod on it that makes it great for when he's using his ice spells, but we would also like to be able to make sure that this build works just as well for his lightning spells. If Octavian equips his previous staff in his second weapon set, you can see that it appears on the character's back. Now, we're going to open up the skill screen. If Octavian opens the skill options for his lightning skills, you can see here that you can choose which weapon sets are usable with each skill. First, we uncheck set 1 from being used by his lightning skills. Then we go through the cold skills and turn those off with his lightning weapon. Just take a second.
If I can remember where they all are.
Yeah.
Just when you thought it wasn't going to get more complicated, boys, they just threw it in your face and said, get ready, bro.
And when Octavian uses his Ice Nova, his character automatically switches to his Ice Staff before using it.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay, that's pretty nifty. That's pretty nifty.
You can configure each skill for which set to use, or both if you don't mind which. We're on the passive skill screen here, and you can see that we are close to both a cold and a lightning cluster. At the top right of the screen, you can see that we have some weapon set specific points to allocate.
Well, this hasn't changed.
If Octavian holds shift, he can allocate set 1 to the cold passives, and then allocate set 2 to the lightning passives. Now,
what the fuck? I'm so confused. This is too much for my feeble brain,
the
bro.
skills allocate changes from one build to the other automatically.
Oh my god. Damn.
Frozen?
Yeah, these are mechanics of a fucking Act 3 boss, bro. I'd be dead by now. I'm gonna make my bear a face tanking bear so I don't have to move for anything.
Frozen again.
Getting real lucky with those freeze procs this time.
All skill.
Roll, just keep rolling, bro. It's infinite now. They just said it. You can infinitely roll in every class, bro.
Nice.
Roll, 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 roll. Dude, that's all I'm gonna do in this game is roll out of shit. I'm just gonna roll until I don't get like the mechanics are over.
XL2. We're in our last year of development, but we're still finishing acts, adding skills, and balancing everything. The closed beta is going to start on June 7th, 2024.
Damn.
Path of Exile 2 has been a long time coming, and we're incredibly excited.
That is a long
but we're just not
closed
quite there
beta
yet.
date.
We're determined not to
away.
rush this and make sure we get everything right.
Yeah.
In the meantime, there's a lot in store for PoE 1. I'll hand back over to Chris, and he's going to talk about what's coming up. Thank you very much.
That was a pretty good presentation, even though I didn't understand any of that simplification, supposedly, of the skill tree.
Speaking of Path of Exile 1 expansions, we've got one coming out in just 3 weeks, on August 18th. Let's watch the trailer for Path of Exile, Trial of the Ancestors.
I'm there.
Souls such as yours do not go quietly into the night. They thirst for battle.
I'm there.
They yearn to prove themselves. Welcome to the halls of the dead.
To the Thunderdome. Okay.
Earn your place among us. Under Hinikora's watchful eye, test your mettle against the greatest warriors who ever lived.
So it's like an arena mechanic? Like you have to go, you do an arena?
Prove yourself in the trial of the ancestor.
This RP walk is awesome. Oh, you mix and match the rewards to get a better reward? Passive skill tattoos. What? They are really going with like the Mayan, Incan civilization stuff, huh? I like it. I love that kind of history shit, dude.
In the end, only one can become champion.
Okay.
Will it be you?
When you start a match, you see the configuration of the enemy team and get to place your team of warriors on the battlefield to challenge theirs. You and your party of exiles will play alongside your warriors. So while this league does have many elements of an auto-battler, you're right there fighting alongside them.
That is actually a cool concept.
During a match, when a warrior dies, they respawn at their totem after a short time. If their totem is destroyed, then they are instantly killed and can't respawn. The team that destroys all of the opposing totems wins. If you're playing a hardcore character though, don't worry. Hinekora, the goddess of death, is watching over you and will restore your soul to your body, so you can't permanently die in the afterlife.
So it's a seasonal mechanic where you can't die even if you're playing hardcore.
Strategy and tactics are key. Every unit has its own strengths and weaknesses that must be utilized to win matches. The Nebula character effect causes items you pick up to orbit you in an ethereal cloud of loot.
I need this so bad. I need this so bad, bro. I want it.
Thanks so much for joining us this weekend at ExileCon 2023. Have a great show, everyone.
That was pretty cool. Man, I really wanted to see mobile stuff. I don't know. I like mobile games. An ARPG mobile would have been great. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like the PoE2 stuff, the biggest takeaway from the PoE2 gameplay was definitely like the smoother gameplay and like the animation of like the classes, right? Like that to me was very noticeable. But I think the environment kind of looks the same. Better lighting though. There was definitely better lighting than there currently is in that. I'm wondering what kind of NVIDIA graphics they're utilizing for the game now. I'm mad as hell they didn't go through Druid, bro. I am mad as hell Druid was not gameplay shown. That looked insane. Just the 3 seconds of the Druid in bear form looked nuts in that trailer, man. I was so disappointed. I was like, oh no, they're showing casters and melee monks and stuff. Like, come on. And then obviously the next seasonal content just looked obviously bonkers and out of control because Chris doesn't care anymore. He's just like, you know what? We're just going to make everything that we have now in the game and we're just going to amplify it by like 1,000%.